Chapter 14. The Ruined Village. Daniel collapsed onto his knees, the mud and blood drying on his hands, every muscle screaming in agony. Lily leaned heavily against him, her small frame trembling from the dark fear they had just stumbled through. It was getting darker. The sun sagged behind the trees, its light draining away until only bruised streaks of red and grey remained. Shadows thickened, lengthening, merging with the mist that followed them still. Ahead, the forest broke open and a village stood there in the dark silhouette. It had once been a living village. Now it lay in ruin, a skeleton of its former self, erased from maps, erased from the living. Roofs had caved in on themselves, windows gaped open like blind eyes. What had once been streets were now half buried under moss, roots, and splintered debris. Silence clung to the place, heavy and suffocating, as if the village itself remembered and mourned its former life. Daniel's stomach churned. A place may be erased for a reason. "Danny," Lily whispered, clutching his sleeve. Her voice was raw. "It feels scary." He squeezed her hand, though his own trembled. "I know, but we can't stay out here. We need walls and a roof over us." They stepped forward, the crunch of broken stone loud in the dead air. The village smelled of damp wood and rust, with an undertone of something sour, like rot that had been hidden from the air for too long. Each building loomed with hollow stairs, their shadows stretching toward the two intruders, as though welcoming them home. Behind them, the forest was bending the branches without wind, a dead giveaway that the shadows were looking for them and they had not given up the hunt. Daniel pulled Lily closer. The ruined village might hold shelter, even if just till dawn breaks. Where they can just get rest for a few hours. Their bodies are broken and beaten. Daniel and Lily moved slowly through the broken streets, their footsteps crunching on glass and stone. The village was a graveyard of houses, their frames sagging, and the doors were ripped from their hinges, roofs caved in beneath the weight of years. Every shattered window was a watching eye, every alley a mouth that might swallow them whole. They needed shelter, a place to disappear until dawn arrived. The sky split with light as a fork of lightning lit the ruins in a ghostly flash, revealing the crooked beams and the hollow doorways, then plunged them back into suffocating dark. Thunder followed them and rolled heavy and low, rattling the bones of every empty house. The air thickened with the copper taste of rain to come. They could smell the rain, every drop that was on its way. Daniel felt a sharp pull of hope. The storm could be their cover. They will blur their scent, and the thunder will mask their breath and steps. This was a night when even shadows might hesitate and hide because of water falling from the sky and covering them. The hound was gone, and he was of shadow build, and with this thunder and rain, there will be no fear of teeth glittering behind them, no howl in their ears. The silence of its absence was worse than its presence. What if that hound had altered into a more horrifying predator? Lily clung to Daniel, her eyes darting from roof to roof. The branches that jutted between the buildings twisted unnaturally, as though tugged by an unseen hand. This place was abandoned by time. "We'll find a house, one with a few more walls and maybe a better roof, one that will shelter better from the shadows," Daniel said while tightening his grip on Lily's hand, ensuring that she does not need to fear the broken village. It's only the night and the thunder that makes the houses look like haunted faces. The first drops of rain began to fall, tapping against the broken stones. Then, as quickly as it showed the first lightning, it poured down at once. The flood crashed from the heavens and soaked them through, turning the streets into rivers of mud. And in that roar of water and thunder, for just a heartbeat, Daniel believed that they could vanish from the hunt this night.